Today we are taking a look at Nanase Katagiri from Nukitashi the Animation. This is the Nanase Katagiri figure in the Trio-Try-iT line by FuRyu. Nukitashi the Animation is a comedy series set on Seiran Island, where the main cast becomes involved in a conflict shaped by the island's unusual rules and way of life. The story follows their efforts to challenge that environment while developing the relationships between its central characters. Within the series, Nanase is one of the main characters and is known for her energetic personality, direct attitude, and memorable presence among the cast. Today's highlights for this figure are the recreation of her distinctive hair, the realistic fit of the swimsuit, and the posing that brings out the lines of the body. The first highlight is the distinctive hair. The blonde hair around the head changes into red at the back before transitioning toward light blue at the ends. The long hair is divided into broad central sections and narrower outer strands, with visible gaps keeping each part easy to follow. The sharp ends spread across the back at different heights, while the two gold hairpins add another clear detail near the front. The second highlight is the realistic fit of the swimsuit. The red cups closely follow the rounded shape of the chest, while the front section of the bikini bottom fits along the lower abdomen and upper legs. Some parts of the red straps rest directly against the skin, while other sections lift away and leave narrow gaps beneath them. This difference between the fitted sections and the raised straps gives the swimsuit visible thickness and a stronger sense of depth. The third highlight is the pose. Both arms are raised behind the head, with the elbows opened outward to create a wide line across the upper body. The legs also spread in different directions, with one knee kept straight and the other slightly bent. Together with the different angles of the feet, this creates a continuous flow from the shoulders through the waist and down toward the legs. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The face is centered on large eyes beneath finely shaped eyebrows, with bold black upper eyelid lines and lashes extending toward the outer edges. Yellow forms the main color inside the irises, while purple near the top, reddish-orange around the center, and pale green near the bottom are arranged in small layered sections. A small beauty mark sits beneath one eye and adds a distinct detail without interrupting the smooth facial outline. The mouth curves gently upward and opens slightly, allowing the white upper teeth to show and creating a bright, friendly smile. The blonde hair forms a rounded outline over the head before separating into clearly defined sections around the face. The bangs are divided into several pointed locks that gather toward the center of the forehead, with some tips ending above the eyebrows and others extending toward the space between the eyes. Two gold hairpins are placed near the outer area of the bangs, and both rise slightly from the hair as separate pieces. Around the cheeks, shorter inner locks and longer outer sections overlap, with the ends turning in different directions as they continue toward the neck. At the back, the blonde hair changes into long red sections before transitioning to light blue at the ends. A broad group of strands runs down the center, while narrower strands spread around it with visible gaps between them. The lower ends separate into sharp points at different heights, allowing the long hair to cover the back without becoming one solid shape. This arrangement connects the compact blonde hair around the head to the red and light blue sections that continue behind the waist and toward the legs. Both arms are raised behind the head, with the elbows opened far outward to create a wide line across the shoulders and upper arms. The hands overlap the hair at the back of the head, and the individual fingers spread across its surface instead of closing into one shape. Pale pink is applied to the nails, separating each fingertip with a small area of color. Gold armbands wrap around the upper arms, following their rounded form and creating clear boundaries where the bands meet the skin. A necklace made up of gold and red parts rests around the neck. The gold section follows the curve of the neckline through a series of small connected details before leading into the red section at the center. It stays above the chest and remains visually separate from the red swimsuit straps below it. The red bikini top is divided into two cups that closely follow the rounded shape of the chest. Small gold decorations run along the inner edges, forming evenly spaced vertical accents near the center. Red straps rise from the upper edges and continue behind the neck, where they gather into a tied section beneath the hair. Another red strap passes beneath the chest and continues around the torso before forming a separate tied section at the back. The cups remain close to the body, while the straps alternate between areas that touch the skin and areas that lift away from it. Narrow gaps appear beneath the raised sections, making the thickness and position of each strap easy to follow. From the chest, the torso slopes toward the abdomen and narrows at the waist. A small navel indentation sits at the center, while the raised arms create deeper curves beneath the shoulders that connect the chest, sides, and waist in one continuous line. The red bikini bottom places a single main panel at the front with a narrow gold decoration following its upper edge. Two separate red straps extend from this front section around the waist at different heights. The area between the straps is exposed skin, so the upper and lower straps remain clearly divided instead of reading as one wide band. Each strap follows the curve of the waist before continuing toward the back. The front panel narrows as it moves from the lower abdomen toward the upper legs, and the red outer edges create a clear boundary against the skin. From the waist, the body expands smoothly into the upper thighs without a sharp break. A brown band wraps around one thigh and silver hardware is placed on the outer side. The brown section follows the rounded surface of the leg, while the silver fitting creates a distinct connection point within the band. The legs open widely away from the body. One leg extends diagonally with the knee kept straight, while the other includes a slight bend that changes the angle from the thigh down toward the foot. The rounded shape of each thigh narrows toward the knee, expands gently through the calf, and then tapers again at the ankle. Both feet are bare, and the toes are separated individually. One foot stays flatter, while the other lifts at the heel and places more emphasis on the front of the foot. Behind the waist, the long hair continues downward, and the light blue ends overlap the outer area near the legs. This keeps the lower half connected to the red and light blue flow established across the back. This figure is approximately 20 centimeters tall, that's about 7.9 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can, that's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Nanase Katagiri by FuRyu stands out because this figure combines a bright expression, distinctive multicolored hair, a red swimsuit with gold decorations, and a pose that guides the eye naturally across the entire body. The face leaves a cheerful first impression. The large eyes combine yellow, purple, reddish-orange, and pale green, while the bold upper eyelid lines and long lashes give the gaze a clear outline. The small beauty mark beneath one eye and the white teeth visible through the slightly open mouth add further identifying details. The hair strengthens that presentation very effectively. The blonde sections form a rounded outline around the head, and the pointed bangs overlap across the forehead in several layers. Two gold hairpins rise slightly from the surface near the outer area of the bangs. At the back, the blonde hair changes into red before transitioning toward light blue at the ends, and the broad central strands are surrounded by narrower sections that spread outward with visible gaps. The upper body works well because the swimsuit layout and the pose support each other closely. Both arms rise behind the head, while the elbows open outward and create a wide line across the shoulders. The gold armbands and the gold and red necklace add separate details around the arms and neck. The red bikini cups follow the rounded shape of the chest, while the gold decorations create clear vertical accents along the inner edges. The combination of closely fitted cups and straps that partially lift away from the skin gives the swimsuit a convincing sense of depth. The red bikini bottom continues the same color arrangement with a narrow gold decoration along the upper edge and two separate straps extending around the waist. The exposed skin between those straps keeps their placement clearly defined. The brown thigh band and its silver hardware add another distinct color division along the leg. The lower body gains movement from the difference between the two legs. One leg extends diagonally with the knee kept straight, while the other bends slightly and changes direction before reaching the foot. One foot stays flatter, while the other heel rises and changes the angle of the lower leg. Together with the raised arms and the long hair extending behind the body, these lines guide the eye from the face through the torso and down toward the feet. Fans of Nukitashi the Animation or Nanase Katagiri, as well as collectors who enjoy expressive swimsuit figures with wide flowing poses, should find this a very satisfying piece. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.